In his name. Today is Nakba Day, Tragedy Day. Tragedy that is a day around the world that must be mourned. It is a tragedy for the Palestinian people. It is a tragedy, the repercussions for people worldwide, and even more so for us Jewish people. It is the most deepest tragedy, this occupation, this Nakba, because this criminal act, this usurping a land from a people, banishing a people from a land, murdering, stealing, oppressing, is being done not in the name of some material claim, but it is being done in the name of religion, in the name of godliness, my name, in the name of the Jewish religion, claiming that because we are Jews, we have the right to take this land, and anybody who's there are thieves and interlopers. Well, in truth, because we are Jews, we are here. Because we are Jews, we oppose this occupation. Because we are Jews, we are here to state that the people who are occupying the land of Palestine are base criminals, they are thieves. They are not the victims, they are the perpetrators of the crime. And I'm not speaking my feelings, my gut feelings, I'm speaking in the name of my religion of Judaism, and has been represented throughout the generations. And when the Zionists, the ones who created this ideology of taking the land from Palestine, when they came to Palestine, there was a Jewish community, a Palestinian Jewish community. And that community pleaded with the United Nations representatives. Rabbi Dushinsky of blessed memory in 1947 went with a delegation to the representatives of the United Nations and said, and I'm quoting him, "We furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine." And that is etched in stone, that cannot be shaken. Why? Because again, it wasn't my emotional feelings, but it wasn't either that rabbi, that great saint, that rabbi's emotions. That is the basics of our Torah. Our Torah clearly states, "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal." We must show gratitude for the people of Palestine and the people of the Muslim countries and the Arab countries around that area and around the world, who even provided a home and a safe haven for the Jews when they were being persecuted in Europe. Is this a religious conflict and ingrained hate from the Muslims and Arabs to Jews? Definitely not. It is quite clear. Anybody who would give the time and effort to study our history will see how we enjoyed the home and friendship in all the Arab and Muslim lands without any human rights groups to protect us. We flourished as distinct religious Jews amongst these Muslim and Arab countries. And now the Zionists come along some 67 years ago, but actually over 100 years ago, when they started trickling into Palestine, and they decided to take advantage of the lack of media knowledge, the lack of knowledge around the world of what the truth was, and they claimed it was a land without a people, for a people without a land, and the few people that seemed to be milling about in Palestine were some vagabonds, and they were simple people who detested other people of another religion. How vulgar, how repulsive is that, when we, and I have colleagues here, 8th-generation Palestinian. This rabbi just arrived from Palestine, not to be under the Zionist rule. And we have people there who's standing over there, Rabbi Rosenberg, who's 8th-generation Palestinian. Each one can tell you their history of how they lived together in the same courtyards with the Muslims. How dare those Zionists come from Europe and then claim that it was godly given to them in the name of our Torah. We stand up and object in the most strongest form possible. This is not true. I am speaking. We are here as a delegation representing Jews from Palestine, from Al-Quds, from Jerusalem to Australia. Who I have a rabbi here, a young rabbi from Australia. Do we have Jews from every part of the land, from the UK and anywhere invariably where there's a very religious community? They never accept even 1 inch of this occupation because we are Jews. It is against our Torah. Ironically, it is against the Torah for Jews to create their own sovereignty even in an uninhabited land. And that is why for 2,000 years since the destruction of King Solomon's temple, Jews never attempted to create their own nationalism, their own state, because we know we were sent into exile by God and we were expressly warned by God, do not return. We were put under oath by God. Do not return en masse to the Holy Land. Do not rebel against the nations. Be loyal citizens in every country you're residing. Do not attempt to leave exile. Yes, we as religious Jews hope and yearn to return to the Holy Land. But that can happen only through the works of the Almighty without any human intervention. We believe there will be a miracle, a metaphysical change, where all humanity will recognize the one God, and we will all embrace, as it says in our verses, all the nations will embrace, and we will all go up and serve God in harmony. The concept of taking a gun and telling the people of Palestine to leave is not only detestable, it is criminal to the 10th degree. It is the worst thing possible. And not only have they done harm to the Palestinians, but those people are claiming to be the heroes and the protectors of Jews. They are the greatest exacerbator of anti-Semitism around the world. They are the ones who are creating a rift and a hate and a divide between Jews and Muslims and Christians. They're creating havoc around the world, all in the name of godliness. How dare they? How dare they? They cannot speak in the name of the Torah. We will never be silenced with the help of the Almighty. It is our fundamental obligation to stand up here and cry out and say, our hearts cry with the suffering of the people of Palestine. We feel you. We are suffering with you. We cry with you. This is unjust. This is not righteous. This is against God in every form. We cannot accept even 1 inch of this so-called Jewish sovereignty. It will never be acceptable. And the Torah, it says, why are you rebelling against God? You will not be successful. This state of Israel will end, certainly. But we pray to God, have pity. It should stop without any more bloodshed and suffering. How many more people are going to die? How many more children are going to become mentally and physically handicapped? How much more suffering? God, who is so compassionate, we plead with you. End this occupation. Now we plead with you for a free Palestine. Again, we plead with the world. Do not call it a Jewish state. It is not Judaism, it is Zionism. It is a base material ideology, a transformation from subservience to God to a base, flawed, selfish material goal of a few people from Austria, Theodor Herzl, Menachem Begin, Ben-Gurion, sinners, people who hated the religion as a whole. They do not speak in the name of religion. How come they have this free ride and they can accuse people of being anti-Semitic? We plead with the world, do not be conned, do not be duped, do not be intimidated. Stand up. Firstly, pray to the Almighty who can accomplish that He should bring this speedy and peaceful end of this occupation in its total we went to Gaza, we brought an ambulance. We went to Gaza, we brought medical aid with Viva Palestina, with the right of return, with the freedom march to Palestine. We embraced the people of Palestine and Gaza, and they were gracious, and they embraced us and said, we don't have anything against Jews. But this is symbolic. They are living in decrepit homes. They are living with brackish water without any medical help, without anything that they base the basic needs. So we plead with you. Human rights groups are fearful of speaking up because they will be labeled anti-Semitic, so they take on the human rights causes, which is noble. But the cause of Palestine is unfortunately stifled in the greatest open prison in the world, and without an end. So please, everybody, let us join together. Let us embrace and scream to the world. Because we are religious, because we believe in God, we embrace and we all stand together. And we all, as human beings created by the Almighty, plead to the world. Stand up for your brothers and sisters in Palestine. Help us bring about the end of this occupation. Like South Africa, the apartheid was brought about by grassroots. Help us, let us all stand, not be intimidated. You're not a self-hating Jew, and you're not anti-Semitic. On the contrary, you're helping to end anti-Semitism by taking away this cause, the root cause of so much bloodshed and hate. Let us all work together to bring an end of the occupation so we could be able to come back here next year and celebrate not Nakba Day, but a joyous day. Let us hope soon in our days, and the day should come in our days surely, where the Almighty will reveal His glory, all humanity will join together and serve Him in harmony. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Free, free Palestine!
Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. The state of Israel must go. Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. The state of Israel must go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The state of Israel no more. 5, 6, 7, 8.